Hi, welcome. I've done streams on the T-11 basically for someone who's already experienced, has engineering. So this video is for those who just started the game and decided that they're going to do mining. Now I do recommend that you do the community goal right now if you're a brand new player, because you will be getting uh, a good sizable amount of money for platinum, painite, and osmium, which you normally cannot find or cannot get. So it's a little bit above the normal rate that you get. Usually you can sell platinum at an installation for about 250,000 per ton. Now here you're gonna sell it to this station for 333,000. So they did pretty good in raising the price a little bit. So if you are a brand new player, and you wanted to buy the new mining ship that came out, because mining is easier than any other thing you can do in this game, and it does bring you a lot of profit. Okay, so let's take a look, and this is my recommendation for a brand new player who just started maybe yesterday, and I'm going to keep it simple for you, easily understandable. So of course you're going to buy the ship, but I recommend you don't get the stellar, and you don't get the galactic. Save your money. You can just get the standard, fix the ship so that you can make it whatever you want it to be. You're not going to get their version. Now, the modules they give you in the stellar and the galactic, you cannot sell and you cannot store. So it comes as is. And if you wanted to do upgrading later on, you can't put something different. That module that you bought with the ship will be gone. So that's why I recommend the standard, because I'm sure later on you will actually upgrade the ship and make it your own, and then all of a sudden now the actual modules you bought with the ship at the stellar amount and at the galactic amount are gone. Okay, you don't get any money for selling them, and you can't store them. You can't store them on your ship. Okay, so let's take a look what ship we're gonna buy. I said buy the standard. This is one of my alt accounts. I don't have much money. You see, I only have 22,000 arcs on this account. So the galactic is 60,000, 60 something thousand, right? We're not gonna do that. The Prospector Stellar is 33,000. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna do the Type 11 Prospector Standard. Okay? Now, here's the thing. You're not going to have any real good modules in a ship. But, there are two things you can do. One, you can go and get the Pilot Federation ranking through Pilot Federation, get 1 billion credits. It'll give you an elite rating, and you get access to Shenrata Desra. This is like the holy grail in this game. Everyone attempts this at first, when they first start, and they get access to the system called Shenrata Desra. Okay? You don't need to do that. There is an easier way, and that is basically aligning yourself with one of the power plays, and then going to their capital where they have a stronghold carrier, and you get the same inventory that you get basically in the I'm here. I was gonna watch the fleet carrier take off. You get the same inventory you would get at Shenrata Desra. You can pretty much upgrade everything there. Okay, you can upgrade everything at the stronghold carrier of your power play. So you're just starting the game. You just started the game, right? You're coming out of that. You're coming out of that area that's only for new players. I didn't do a new account, so I'm not starting really from day one from the beginning. What should you do? Well, now you got a little ship. You need to make some money, right? But you decided, hey, I'm going to buy this mining ship with arcs. You paid a little bit because 16,000 arcs is maybe $10, $15. I don't even know how much it is at the store right now, but you can find out. So you got yourself a really good ship, but you need to outfit it, right? You need to make it really nice. What power play? What power play did I actually do? Now the one I recommend is Grom. He is overall the best power play that you can get. Overall, he gives you perks in kind of everything and gives you bonuses in everything. He's good with mining. He's good with exploration. So Grom is the overall, I would say the supermarket of power plays. Right? You got everything in one place. So Grom is the best one to do, and Grom is in his main base, but you don't need to go there. The main base is in Claire Karma. The main base is in Claire Karma. Do you need to go there? No, you don't. Actually, you can go anywhere in Grom's system. All right, so let's go to Galaxy. You can go anywhere that has a and we're coming from my little sector there, that we're coming from my little place. You can go anywhere that actually has a stronghold carrier, right? We're looking for strongholds. So power play, we want Grom only. We're going to do that, and we want anything that has a stronghold carrier. So now here are all the stronghold carrier systems of Grom, right? So I'm going to Clear Karma, and Clear Karma is 500 light years from where I am, but it might be very close to you. Okay, there's more all over here. There's stronghold systems everywhere, right? So you can find the closest one to you. So what you do is you go here to power play, you click him, make sure he's the only one outlined, and then stronghold, and then you have to go to that system's stronghold carrier, and it'll have the same outfitting as Shinrata. So you don't need to get 1,000,000,000 credits and get elite ranking like we used to before power play. Now you just go to a stronghold carrier and you can outfit the ship, which I'm going to do right now. In 3 minutes, we're going to jump. We're going to go there. We're going to claim our ship at the stronghold carrier, so I don't have to fly it, because it doesn't have really any kind of, I would say, any kind of modules, right? You're a brand new player. You don't have any engineering. You don't have any kind of upgrades. So we're going to upgrade this with the things that we need, right? Now you need some money. So hopefully you've done some quests to build up some money, right? And so we're going to take count of how much money we have and how much money we need to actually upgrade the ship. Okay? Now why do you want to do that? Well, one, you need some essential things for the asteroid belt. You need some essential things for the asteroid belt, or the planetary rings, right? So you need a shield, okay? You need thrusters. You need a frame shift drive, which will get you to the planet where you can sell the stuff, okay? You need the mining volley repeater, and you need a seismic launcher. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to go down to the bare minimum. The bare minimum. Like, you don't need to spend a lot of money, or you don't need to get everything in that ship, okay? So all you need to do is have a certain amount of money to be able to buy all the upgrades, and then you can take that ship and go mining, all right? So hopefully you've done some quests and you've built up some credits, all right? And there's different ways of doing that. You could do that through missions. You can do that through bounty hunting. But there's various different ways. So we're going to see how much money we need as soon as we land at Clear Karma. And we can go to our stronghold carrier. Now I chose Clear Karma because that's Grom's capital. Okay, and there was definitely a fleet stronghold carrier there. So I definitely want to go there. Okay, as a new player, I can choose any power play, right? I can go any power play. Now, why do you want to do power play early on as a new player? Because number one, you're gonna get power play merits, and they're gonna give you care packages. At first, you're gonna get small or minor care packages, which has about 50 ingredients that you need to upgrade your suits. Okay, your suits, your Odyssey. If you're gonna go on a settlement, you're gonna go on a planet, you need a suit, Maverick suit, preferably. And if you go exploring, you're gonna need an Artemis suit, and your ship. So you're gonna start getting care packages right away. You know, so yes, there is a little bit of a grind when it comes to getting materials so you can upgrade your things. But if you're doing power play missions, you really can avoid doing the grind. Alright? You can load up on ingredients early on from the get-go and avoid doing any kind of grinding for ingredients, okay? Which are plenty of videos on YouTube for to get ingredients. And they'll tell you, go to this system, go over here, go over there. Not unnecessary. Unnecessary. If you do power play missions, you're gonna get merits, you're gonna get ingredients. And then you're gonna get the specialty in power play. You're gonna get these specialty modules, weapons, mining lancers, missiles, prismatic shields, which I recommend to do. You're gonna get these things that are gonna be great to have, and you can use them unengineered. Okay, so let's take a look at what we're doing. We're going to go down to Clear Karma stronghold carrier, and we're going to, but you can do this in any stronghold carrier of the power play, and I do recommend Grom, because overall he gives you bonuses on everything. All right, so let's go down there and get our ship. Now we purchased it in the store, so right now it is claimed, so we can get it, but we haven't upgraded yet. We haven't put it in our roster, so we have to do that at a shipyard. Now I can do that on this fleet carrier, but I don't have equipment to upgrade the actual ship. So I'm using one of my ships here. You'll probably not have this one, or maybe you do if you've actually been doing some quests, but you're a brand new player, and so I want to do mining. Why would you do mining? Because you can make a lot of money very quickly. A lot of money very quickly. And yes, the Type 11, even with a small cargo hold, gimped as it is, I call it the Gimp, that's one of my ships. Gimped as it is, you still can make money in it by going pretty fast and collecting ore and then selling it. So right now you have an advantage because you're getting about 333,000 credits for 1 ton of platinum. That is pretty high. That's a very good price. So if you're a brand new player, the community goal should be something you are doing. Okay. Now, you have to be, and I do recommend being aligned to Grom before you come here. They'll blow you out of the sky if you're not aligned to Grom, and they won't let you on the actual fleet carrier, stronghold carrier, if you have no alignment to Grom. So you need to be aligned to the specific person. There are different power plays you can actually align yourself with the other ones, but my recommendation for a new player, Grom. Okay, Grom would be the best one for a brand new player. Now this one I just started a little bit a while ago, and he's only level 8. I haven't done much power play with him. I've been doing other things, like for instance, I've been doing colonization. All right. So I'm gonna land on the stronghold carrier, and we're gonna claim our ship, and then we're gonna upgrade it. I'm gonna see how much money do we need to upgrade it completely, according to me, according to Dragster. How much money do we need to upgrade this ship? Now you've purchased it at the store, so you used ARCs, so you use your actual dollars to buy the ARCs. But now I'm going to use in-game credits to upgrade the ship. Okay, so so we're going to take a look at this. 2,331,732,476. How much money do we need to upgrade the ship? Let's see. Alright, so we're going to go into the hangar, and we're going to claim the ship. The hangar has a shipyard, and you need to go to a shipyard to claim the ship. So here's the Prospector, the Type 11 Prospector. Okay, so we're going to claim it. We're going to buy it. Well, we already bought it, but we're going to claim it. So now it is in the hangar, and we're going to use the ship. We're going to press it twice. We're going to use the ship so I can actually now work on it, and we can outfit the ship. All right, so brand new player. I've made a little bit of money. Let's see how much money I need to upgrade the ship. Okay, now why do I want you to do it this way? You need a good mining ship. For lack of a better word, right now this is as good as it gets. All right, it does have the benefit of mining volley repeater. It does have the benefit of a Mach 2 universal limpet controller. Those two things make this ship. Without those two things, this ship would be a wet noodle. So let's go to outfitting. And what do you need in hard points? Hard points is where you're going to put all your mining equipment and your weapons. Now, do you need weapons? No. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to show you why in a second, but I'm getting rid of all my weapons. You are not going to fight. You're a brand new player. You don't know how to fight. You really don't know how to fight. Should you fight? If you want, but you're going to get blown out of the sky. Okay? You're not going to know what to do. And this ship is not a fighting ship. Even though it has a fighter bay, it's not a fighting ship. It doesn't have the armament to fight. Yes, you can put mining lance lasers on it, but those are like wet noodles. It's not going to do much damage. So the first thing I'm going to buy, and remember, I'm starting with a higher amount. I'm going to see how much money totally I spend in this example. I'm going to buy the mining lance laser because I want to put this on this ship. So there it is. It's a 3C. That costs 146,000. So we're going to take count of how much money I spent, right? Now, here's a point. You don't need anything else besides the mining lance laser. You don't need for surface mining, and even core mining, which you're going to do. Okay, you don't need anything else. So why do I say this? This acts as an abrasion blaster, and it acts as a laser miner. With this, you're going to get better output from the actual asteroids. So you don't want to use a mining laser to substitute to replace this. You just want to use this one. There's a second thing I want to buy. If I'm going to do core mining, now there's plenty of videos on core mining. I did a few. It takes a little bit of practice, but core mining is very fruitful because you're going to get you might get a mineral that is very, very profitable. Like monazite is like, I think it sells for 700,000-800,000 a ton. So it's going to be very profitable. Where do you want the actual seismic charge launcher to be? Because you're launching kind of like a missile that's going to attach to the asteroid and blow up, right? You want a top dead center. So these 2 points, these mining points, are left and right of top dead center. Okay, so you might miss a few. But we have an empty medium hard point right here. Here's where we're going to put our mining, seismic charge launcher, which is a 2B. That's another 140,000, 49,000, right? So here we go. We're going to buy it. We're going to put it here. Okay. Brand new player. None of these modules need to be upgraded. None of them. Even your core internals, none of them need to be upgraded. I didn't put any weapons. Now you can put weapons, but you're never going to use them, and I'll tell you why. Once you get into an asteroid field, you might have two or three pirates that will come and scan your ship. Once they've done the initial scan, and you just wait for that. Wait for them to scan you. They're gonna do an initial scan, okay, and then they're gonna say, another dud. I'm gonna leave." That's it. That's the only interaction you're gonna have with pirates when you're gonna go mining. Also, let's say they take their time and they don't come. You can start mining, but just be warned, they're going to come and scan. They're going to see the ore that you have in your cargo hold. So what do? This will have enough thrust to boost you away. Right now it has 270, 365 with a flaccid module that we're going to throw away and replace with something else. So it has a pretty good thrust boost ratio, right? So, but we're going to replace it. So you're going to thrust away. You can thrust away and run away from the pirates, and they will not catch you. They're NPCs. If you got about 350 higher thrust, they will never catch you. So none of the hard points I'm actually going to load up except these 2 modules. We're going to go bare bone here. We're not going to spend any money. Now, for utility mounts. Now, there's certain things you need on utility mounts. You're going to need, and I'm going to put this one, let's see, where I'm going to put this one. Well, it could be anywhere. The pulse, we need a pulse wave analyzer. Why do I need a pulse wave analyzer? Because, well, I need to scan the rocks to see if I'm going to get a core mining asteroid. And it's going to be bright yellow. And that one I want to be able to get the pieces of ore that are going to be inside the asteroid. So I'm going to blow it up, and then I'm going to get the ore, and it'll generate, like for instance, monazite. If I get 14 pieces, it's 700 a piece. I got almost 10 million just from one rock, right? So it's very profitable. Now I'm going to go with the big one. I'm going to go with the A. Why? Because I want to show you how much it costs to completely outfit the ships with the best stuff, but unengineered. So this one cost $1 million, right? We're going to buy this. We need this. I recommend that you get a heat sink, which I need. If you get overheats, if you're flying and overheats, you need a heat sink, at least one, right? That's 3,400 credits. Okay. 2 other things that I get. I'm gonna get shields, but lower end shields. So I need I need a shield booster to give me some better shield. So if I get like a level 3 shield, it's not going to be as good as a level 4 shield, class 4 shield. But the shield booster will give me some extra boost. I'm going to get the best one. That costs 273,000. So let's see how much money I'm spending here. Eventually, I'll show you the price. Now, one last thing I'm going to do. The um, a pirate will try to interdict you or will try to get your cargo. They will use hatchbreaker limpets. The best thing against that is a point defense. So I'm going to get a point defense turret. This is an automatic turret. You don't need to fight with it, so it just does it by itself. That's the 4 things I'm going to put on this ship. Point defense for the hatchbreaker limpets. A shield booster to boost my shield. And you're going to need a shield because those rocks coming off the asteroid do damage. Okay, pulse wave analyzer to find those core and the heat sink. The 4 things that are absolutely necessary for the ship. Core internal. I'm going to leave the lightweight alloy. I usually buy military grade alloy, and I'll tell you why. Okay, I buy this because I usually fly without shields when mining, but it's super expensive. Look, it's almost 60 million. So the price tag for this ship is going into, you know, like 9 digits. So I'm gonna leave it out. I'm just gonna leave the lightweight alloy. I have a shield, so that should be good enough to take care of the thing that I need. Now, I'm not gonna buy a power plant yet. Why? Because I want to see how much, with the shields included, how much power I'm going to use, and then I'll buy the power plant. So thrusters right now is giving me a top speed of 270. If I boost, 365. I'm going to replace it and buy the best one, which is almost 5 million, right? But I'm not going to engineer it. Notice it turned red on the bottom, right? It says deployed, and now I'm using more power than I need, right? More power than I have. So I'm going to actually, when I change the power plant, that will change. The frame shift drive, I'm still going to buy an SCO, which is Super Cruise Overdrive, right? So we're going to actually replace this with a 5A. We're going to place this with a 5A, right? And that's 6 million. Okay, so we're going into some deep, we're going to go deep in our pockets here. Life support, I'm going to get the lightest one, which is always a D. D modules are always the lightest one, so it gives me the longest range. Like light things lighten up the ship, the mass is less, so I'm going to get the longest range for frame shift drive. So I'm going to get a 3D. And we're also going to do a 3D for the sensor. We're going to replace this with, and notice it's blue on the bottom, so that means my speed is higher, and so is my jump range. You can lighten it up by doing engineering, but right now we're not doing that. Now, so we got the 2 most important core internal modules here are the thrusters, okay, and the frame shift drive. Now notice what our speed is on the bottom. It says 295, 399. So we're there, right? We're there. Power distributor. For lack of better one, I'm actually gonna maybe get a smaller one. Like I can get a 6A. This is system focused. I did have some things inside there, so I can actually get a D, but I don't want I want something that's charge focused, or maybe, yeah, system focus would mean that your shields will actually be the first things that it's used for. So your shields and your engines will actually be loaded faster than your weapons will. But your weapons are really not that important. This is also system focus. We can do a 6A. We don't need a 7. This has a power distributor 7. We don't need it. Your mining volley repeater doesn't really use a lot of power, and neither does the seismic charge launcher. The only thing that uses power are the shields, right? And if you're being fired on, or the rocks are hitting your shields, you need something to load the shield. So maybe we'll get this one, the 6A, since it's already, no, but I said I was going to use non-engineered ones, so maybe I'm going to get the 6A here. If I do the 6A, or even a 7A, that's 3 million. What's the 7? The 7 is 9 million. So let's do the 6A. Do we need a lot of do we need a lot? We don't have any weapons, so we're not fighting. So we'll get the 6A, right? Okay, that module that I bought with the ship is gone. I didn't sell it, it's gone. So now let's do the optional and then we'll come back to the power plant. So we have 2 5s they gave us. We're not going to sell them. We're actually going to put them in the 5 slot. Okay. The 2 5s cargoes, we're going to put them in the 5 slot. Okay. We're going to sell this shield because we don't want such a large shield. It's a 5. It takes up a lot of space, first of all. And it's a 5E. So I want to go for a smaller shield, so I'm going to go to actually a 3. I'm going to get a 3, size 3 shield, and I can get, let's see what I can get. Now remember, you're not fighting, you just need a shield for those rocks when they hit you. Now you have access at Grom for a bi-weave shield, which is cheap, right? This one, the bi-weave shield, it gives you a little bit better than a 3E, but it's a 3C, so not as strong as maybe this one. This one has 140 maximum strength, this one has 170. You don't need an extra duty shield. Remember, you got the shield booster that you just bought, right? But you do need your shields to regenerate faster, and this one is the best one to regenerate faster. So I'm going to actually get the bi-weave shield. I'm not going to engineer it, all right? And the other thing I need is the MK2 multi-limpet controller, okay? And this is where you find it. You find it in the multi-limpet controller section, okay? And I'm going to buy it. It is 2 million. This is the only limpet controller you need. It has 14 limpets that it shoots off. If you have 10 prospecting, if you have 10 collector limpets going out, you can shoot off 4 prospecting limpets. You're not going to need 4 prospecting limpets. You're going to need maybe 2 at a time. So you're going to have 12 collector limpets. You don't need any other module besides this one. Unfortunately for the devs, they decided to put a hangar bay in this ship. And that's why I've ranted about this ship being a dud, because you've lost the focus of what the ship is supposed to be. If it's a mining alternative ship, miners don't fight. And you saw I have no weaponry. This is a complete mining ship. I have no weaponry whatsoever. So I'm just enough shield so I can get away, right? So right now my speed boost is 398. That's good enough to get away from pirates. So I'm not going to put anything in the hangar compartment, okay? And I'm going to put possibly, if I can find a refinery small enough, a 2A refinery, which only has 6 bins. Okay, it's the smallest refinery I can get. And why do I want this one? Well, I want this one because I want to use the other compartment for storage. Right, so I'm going to get a cargo rack 4E. Cargo rack, okay? Okay, so now let's see what we have. We're negative here. We have a minus 391 milliwatt. So we need to actually get that. We need to get that going. The power plant. But before we do that, there's one other thing that I need to get rid of. Now, I'm gonna keep the Super Cruise Assist on this because I want to target the spot that I want to go, the hot spot, and then kind of let the ship glide in. Okay, you don't need the Super Cruise Assist, you don't need the advanced docking. I'm gonna get rid of one of them. So let's say the advanced docking, because you're not gonna dock much. all you're gonna do is basically go in there, mine, and then come back. So you're gonna dock twice when you're doing this mining expedition. So I'm gonna replace this with a surface scanner. Now you need a surface scanner because you're gonna scan the rings to see where the hotspots are. So you need, this is like a mandatory thing, 243,000. So we have to buy this. So we're pretty set right now. We have a detailed surface scanner. I have a Super Cruise Assist, so I can glide in. I can actually get autopilot into the area, and a very small refinery, only 6 spots. I have a very small shield, but I do have the shield booster, right? I do have a shield booster in the utility mounts, which gives me and it's a type A, so it gives me extra shield, right? All right, so let's go back and get the actual, because it doesn't like that it doesn't have power. In the core internals now, we can change the power plant. What power plant we're going to use. So I have a 6 distributor. I can actually get even a smaller power plant. Do I need to get a very strong power plant? Not really. So I can actually maybe even get a D. Right? I can get a D, but the D is not giving me enough power. 5D is not giving me enough power. The 6D, let's see, 6D is giving me enough power? No. So I'm going to have to go to maybe a 6A, and now I have enough power. A 5A, I'm right there. Okay? And it's not as expensive as a 6A. It's less expensive. I just get enough juice, and I'm getting longer jump range. This is completely unengineered, right? So I'm going to get this one. It's going to replace the power plant I have. And it's going to be exactly I have 2026 milliwatt if you look at the bottom. And the total power need is 2040. So I have exactly the amount I need, and I get a little bit more boost at 402 top speed. Now this is unladen. Let's see. Let's take a look at it. If we go to 4, press 4, go to ship. Here is our ship, and here is our numbers. We have 25, 26 current jump range. Our shields are not that strong, right? Okay, but it doesn't have a boost here. So armor health is 630. We need to do this. So let's see how much we spent. So for our ship, now notice the insurance cost. It's gone up because I have a lot of modules in there. 1.1 million. Just be aware of that. Our jump range is 22 fully loaded. We have a boost of 298 to 402. So you're just at 300 normal speed. But if you boost, you go to 400. Why is that important? Because pirates are going to be at about 350. They can still chase you and knock you out. So 400 is optimal. That's a good actual that's a good speed. So we're not going to get any vehicles. No need. No fighters. What happened to the optional internals? Oh, okay. No, we didn't add. Damn, we didn't add the 6s. So we still need to add 3 more cargo racks. 6. So now all our stuff is going down. Our jump range. Because it says fully loaded, it's going to be this much. Okay. There's different ways of doing this. So you can increase the jump range. And one of that being that you can go and get the first things you do is get the frameshift drive engineered. And it'll give you a greater jump range, right? So now let's see what our cargo is at. Our cargo is at 272. That's not bad. Okay, that's not bad. 272 cargo. So now we have the ship, but it's unengineered. How much money did we actually spend? So we started off at, let's see. We're gonna go and see how much money we spent on this ship. let's see. So we started at 2,331,732,476 minus 2,306,803,423. So how much money did we spend? We spent 24,929,000. So about 25 million. So you bought the ship at the store. If you've done some missions, you'll have some money. So 25 million is not really hard to get. I like to do bounty hunting. I just, with even the sign wire they give you initially, I can get 25 million within about 20-30 minutes. And I don't attack the pirate. I just shoot at it until he's red, so I can get the bounty for that pirate. So I go to a resource extraction site that is at least a medium or low, and then I can get bounties there. But I can get 25 million really fast. So you should have about 25 million to upgrade this completely. That's not a lot of money in Elite Dangerous. You can actually do very well. And the first haul that you do with this ship, you're going to get your money back. Okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the ship, our fleet carrier. You don't have that luxury. You're going to actually fly to a ring. Now I'm going to use, what you want to use is a Nara. You want to use a Nara to find out where to go, to find the best place. And there's some people that will tell you, go here, go there. There's plenty of videos. See, now I put full pips to the engines, right? I'm flying without boosting. I'm flying at 296, 297. Now I boosted, and I'm up to almost 400. There it is. There's a 400. So I know I'm gonna boost away when I have a pirate. Okay. So there are different places you can go. One of the favorite places for mining platinum is called Amacron. Let me see. I wrote it down somewhere. I wrote it down somewhere. I don't know where it went. Yeah, there it goes. Omicron Capricorn B. So let me see if that's close. If that's close to the year, maybe we won't even need the fleet carrier. Omicron Capricorn B. And there it is. Omicron Capricorn B. That's 84 light years away. So that's a few jumps away, right? I even marked it as a place to go. And it is a Grom location. Okay, so we can go here to mine, right? It's only 4 jumps. We're gonna do that. We're gonna jump. Remember, this is an unengineered ship. I don't have a fuel scoop. Notice that I didn't put a fuel scoop in this, but you have pretty good range with this, about at least 170 light years range with this ship. Okay, so let's go to Omicron. Now, when you get into a system, there's going to be a lot of fleet carriers there. So we're going to find a ring system that has the best location for platinum. We want to do platinum, right? The community goal is platinum. So we want to do we want to go to Omicron and do platinum there. Okay? So I got enough fuel to get me there. I don't need a fuel scoop. I didn't put a fuel scoop in this, but if you're mining, you might consider a fuel scoop for longer ranges, so you can actually get some fuel on the way. But you don't need a fuel scoop because along the way you'll find settlements. Everybody is everyone is doing colonization, so there's settlements everywhere. So you'll be able at least to find one system that you can fuel at. You need a fuel scoop if you are actually going to an area there's no settlements. But Omicron is a settled system, and there's plenty of settlements between here and there. Alright? So we're going to go to Omicron. We got 2 more jumps, and then we'll be there. Now this is for new players. So it's unengineered. I didn't engineer anything. Didn't make it better. There's nothing in this ship that's engineered. Alright? I even got less of a power plant and less of a distributor. Power distributor. Right? Because I only really have 2 things that I'm mining with on this ship. And I need that power distributor mainly for the shields. There's one thing I didn't do, and I'll show you in a second. One thing I didn't do is to arrange. I did not arrange my fire groups. So when we get into the system, I will do that in the system. So this guy is aligned with Yuri Grom, so it is a friendly system. Alright, so I'm not going to be shot at. It is a high security system, so that means any rings and everything like that, there'll be vessels there. Alright, even with a small ship, I can actually do some bounty hunting and make some money off of the resource extraction side. So now I have this. I'm going to go into filters and find the stations. Because I want to go to a state. There's a stronghold carrier right nearby. Look at that. This one even has a stronghold carrier. Right? So I'm actually going to go there. I'm actually going to go here, actually. Let's go there to load up on some limpets and to get refueled. Okay, but before you do that, okay, let's do the fire group. Now remember, I only have a seismic charger and a mining volley repeater, right? But the first thing I'm going to do is put the D scanner and the surface scanner. And this is for exploration, right? Because I want to actually find out which ring is the best one. The next one that I'm going to do, since I don't have anything else except these 2 mining equipment things, I'm going to do the pulse wave analyzer, so I can analyze the actual ring, right? And I'm going to send off a prospecting limpet. So that's going to be a 2. Now, there's going to be 2 mining equipment, so I need collectors. So I'm going to put them on the second button. So that means your right mouse click is number 2, right? And then I'm going to put the seismic charge launcher on 1. And then I'm going to put the mining volley on 1 and the seismic charge launcher on the other one, right? So they're both 1, so they're left click, the left mouse button, okay? Right mouse button, left mouse button. So I have 4 fire groups. So I'm going to scan this system. I'm going to honk it, more or less. And it has 33 bodies. So I can actually, this system has already been scanned. It has all the data for it. So and look at the conflict. It has already conflict zones. It has resource extraction sites. So let's see where everybody goes. And these rings, okay, these rings looks like everybody's there. Nobody's here. There's only 1 or 2 fleet carriers here. So it doesn't look like and then there's some over here. 11 fleet carriers, 15 fleet carriers. These have some rings, right? Okay. But this is completely already scanned. So let's go to our Martin Enterprise. Now, if you press the button, the tab button, you can do the Super Cruise overcharge. But be warned, right around 7 seconds, when you see 7, then you stop it, because you will overshoot. You do a loop of shame. All right, then you put the brakes on, go to 0, and let the Super Cruise Assist help you to get to the station. You're not very knowledgeable when you first start off to be able to kind of know how fast to go, where to go, when to slow down. So Super Cruise Assist is good, but you can land the ship on your own. I think you can, right? So we are at the Omicron Capricorn B system, right? There's plenty of fleet carriers, so they're telling us, the fleet carriers are saying, here's where everything is. And look at this, I already have a ring. So let's do a scan before we land. Martin Enterprise. Let's do a scan before we land. This might even have the platinum we need. So there are 2 rings. And notice on the left says surface scanner, you're going too fast. So let's slow down so we can scan the ring. So you're gonna right click, okay, and then you press it again, and then you have yourself a scan. It's just 1 ring. So let's see what it has. Can we mine here? There's nothing here. There's no hotspots, right? But this planet does have a nice station, Martin Enterprise, which we're going to go and actually fuel up and get some limpets. Okay? We're going to get some limpets. Why didn't I get the limpets before I came here? It's weight. And it gives me less jump range. So I want to get the limpets here. Right? Now, at Anara, you can find at anara.cz, you can find yourself a wealth of information to actually find out which one is the best ring, etc., etc. But I can actually even Google it, or you can do ChatGPT. ChatGPT will go on the internet and find out which one is the best ring, right? So I can even say, ChatGPT, which one is the best planet in Omicron Capricornized B system that I can go mine platinum, right? And it'll say, this will have double overlap hotspots. Since I've never been here before, and this, I did have it on a tab because it is Atlas Gaming's favorite spot, so I did save it into my own system. Okay, so I forgot, I don't have automatic dock, so I'm gonna have to dock the ship. Okay, let me show you a trick. You see the red lights over here? Okay, the red lights, when you see the red lights, the actual mail slot to get into this station is on the opposite side of the red lights. So you got the red lights on the other side, and this one has the white lights. Okay? Somebody's shooting at some unfriendlies, so you hear some fire. Don't worry about it, don't be afraid. So we're gonna have to dock the ship. So I'm not in a very good position. So you're gonna have to play around with this. If you've never docked before, then you need to have the automatic dock, but I don't have the dock. Automatic dock. So I have to land pad 23. So I have 8 minutes, so I can do that in 8 minutes.
Commander, you need to reduce your speed.
Okay, little buddy. So where's pad 23? There it is. You see it? Okay. That wasn't the best landing. Not for a tutorial. I don't do tutorials, I just play. So if you're watching my videos, you'll see things I do, and I make a lot of mistakes, so it's best to watch my videos because of the mistakes. You say, oh, he does it this way. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it my way, right? So I landed. All right? So at first you do need a shield. You notice I put the 3 shield, the bi-weave, which is standard. You can find that at most stations. The stronghold carriers will have the same things as a Nara, as a Shinrata Desra does. So you don't need to get 1 billion credits to get Shinrata anymore. You can just do it at the power play strongholds. So let's see. I'm going to ask ChatGPT which planetary rings in Omicron Capricorni, right? How do you spell that? Capricorni. Because we want to save time, we want to find out where it is. Which planetary rings in Omicron Capricorni IB system has the best rings for platinum mining or platinum mining in Elite Dangerous? Yes, I am on ChatGPT asking ChatGPT who does what, and ChatGPT is telling me thinking longer. Okay, they're thinking longer. Which one's the best one? Okay, but you can go on Google and Google it, double overlapped rings, and I can show you another place, and it says Planet B1 Ring A. Okay, is well-known planet hotspot, overlap platinum hotspots that make especially lucrative. Okay, so ChatGPT, beautiful thing. Planet B1 Ring A. Okay, Planet B1 Ring A. So we want to look at our map, right? Planet B1, and lo and behold, this place is full. B1, B2, and there's all the fleet carriers are here. So it says this one, B1, has the best double overlap hotspot. So let's go there. B1 is the best one. So we're going to go there. Now, don't forget your limpets. Where do I buy limpets? At a starport service, right? So we're going to press starport service. We're going to go to advanced maintenance, right? I always like to repair. And we're going to buy, we don't need a lot. We have 272 cargo. Yesterday I filled up with 120. So I'm just going to put 100, let's say 125. Okay, just to be safe. Now remember, the multi-lipid controller that you're going to buy has prospector and collector limpet. This is what I'm using for mining, right? So I forgot I don't have auto dock or auto launch, so I'm going to get out myself. I'm going to get out of here myself. Right? Raise the landing gear.
Moderate speed on exit.
Moderate speed on exit. You guys are my allies. Moderate speed on exit. So I can go as fast as I want, right? The ship is pretty fast, so be careful. And I'm going to show you what I do in the ring to go slower. But your prospector limpets kind of commit suicide if you're going too fast. They hit the hull. So it's 11,000 light years away. It's no big deal because we have the SEO drive. Remember that, right? So it doesn't matter that it's so far away. We're not gonna spend 10 hours flying there. So we're at Omicron Capricorn IB. We're going to SCO there. We press the tab, so just be careful for the heat, but we have heat sinks. So if you press the 4 button on your numbers key, and I overshot. That's great. If you press 4, it'll launch your heat sink. on your number keypad, right? It's okay that I overshot. I just slow down and just loop around. All right, so there's there is B1, right? And ChatGPT told us that this has double overlap rings, right? So we're gonna go there and just mine a little bit. Okay. But then I'll take you to my favorite system, my system that I actually mine in, and it has pristine rings. Here it might not be pristine because so many people are mining it, so the rarity, the commonality of platinum might be skewed. You might find it very hard to get platinum. So we're going to try it, right? And I'm going to give you some tips about mining that I noticed with the mining volley repeater, so that you don't knock out your shields. So the A ring would be the inner ring, right? So I'm going pretty fast. I think this has an A and a B. So let's see what I'm mining. I'm slowing down. I'm pressing the right mouse key button. Yeah, it's just one ring, so all of it is A. And it says it has double overlap. Okay, look at that. So we have to get out of the SS to be able to see what we got. We have platinum hotspot, but here it looks like a good place to go in between the two. We have a monazite hotspot. All right, platinum hotspot there. There's only one. So this is not a bad place to come, right? Paynite hotspot. So this is the double overlap, this one that I'm right in front of. What you want to do is get in between both of them, right about there where my little dot is pointing. You want to get in between both of them where they overlap each other. So what I do is kind of like a kamikaze dive into the rings, and it'll stop by itself. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. Emergency stop. I stopped. I'm gonna fly towards the larger one, right? The larger hotspot. Why it's pointing me all the way out there, I don't know. This is a good bug forever. Point of interest, signal source. I don't want any. No, not conflict zones. Look at how many conflict zones are here. Jesus. Place is a virtual battleground. Okay, so I want to point towards the platinum. This one, let's see where we're at. Exactly. So we're pointing towards that way. Okay. So this is a good place. I always put my night vision on so I can see the edges of the asteroids. Now notice 3 ships are inbound. They're kind of circling. Okay. Now they're off the scope, so they're gone. But usually when you start running, when you start doing this, you will actually get pirates. Now the sun is in our eyes, so maybe we want to go the other direction instead. Let's see, we're gonna lock it to the other side, so that's behind us. Okay. And we're gonna, why do you want to do that? We want to mark the location we're gonna go so you don't loop around and do the same asteroids over and over again. So let's start scanning. Now remember, I did the fire groups So I have a pulse wave analyzer, right? So I'm going to scan for really shiny yellow rocks. Okay, really shiny yellow rocks, but there's no shiny yellow rocks yet. Now this is going pretty fast, so if I do a prospector limpet right now, the prospector limpet is gonna actually hit the side of the ship. So there's two things that I can do here. Lower the landing gear, and then cargo scoop. I lower the cargo scoop, so this is gonna slow me down. And you wanna go to around here, 55, 54, before you launch a prospecting limpet. So I'm gonna launch one. Let's right click. Okay, the B button, and it's gonna go in there and then give me an analysis of the actual rock. Okay, this is for new players. If you're not a new player, then you've done this a million times already. Alright, so this one has 34 platinum. Look at that. 34 platinum, which is not bad, right? Now I don't have any pirates. They didn't scan me, right? Normally when I go into a system and I start mining, they scan you. But I don't have that yet. So I want to see if I can get away from the pirates with my current ship configuration. So remember my boost is 400. So I'm going to start mining anyway and see if the pirates come. Now if I shoot straight ahead, the rocks are going to come out towards me. So notice it's turning that way. It's turning that way. Where do I want to shoot? Okay, I want to shoot towards the side where it's turning. So I want to shoot sideways, this way. Why? The rocks are going to go to the side. They're not going to actually go towards me. So I'm going to put pips into weapon, one into engine and systems, right? Mostly weapon. When the actual pirates come, I'm gonna put it all into engines. Okay, so notice I'm not using my energy at all. And the asteroids depleted. So all the asteroids all the little pieces went to the side, and it's not hit by the mining volley repeater, and they blow up. So now I'm gonna get collector limpets and have them collect my loot. Right, this is my first round of platinum. Now I have one out, so I want to leave two limpets. That's all I need for prospecting. So I'm going to do one more. So that means there's 12 prospecting, there's 12 collector limpets collecting rocks for me, okay? Now this system is high security, so there might not be any pirates coming into the field. So I might be okay. I don't know. But we're going to test it out. If they do come, I'm going to run away. So I'm refining, right? That's why I got, Gaulite. One thing you want to do is in contacts, I don't want to collect everything, so I want to get rid of the Gaulite. So I'm going to add Gaulite to ignore list. So press Gaulite, press the Gaulite, and add Gaulite to the ignore list. Because I do not want to mine Gaulite, right? The Gaulite limpet. So I'm going to get rid of that. Let's see. I want to get rid of Gaulite. I don't want any Gaulite. We only want platinum, right? So jettison all the Gaulite, and from our refinery, we're going to get rid of the Gaulite. Okay? So we only want platinum. If you find that you get something that's not favorable for you, then why is it in card deposits? Inventory. I got nothing there. I have no Gaulite. Okay. So if you find that you don't want something, you press on that particular thing and you say, I don't want Gaulite. You just say, put on an ignore list. I just want platinum, right? So I have no pirates yet, and I haven't been scanned, so that's a good thing. So now, the reason I pointed to that hotspot is now I have a point of reference, right? So I know which direction I'm going. So I'm going to go back to the pulse wave analyzer, and I'm going to keep on scanning, and ooh, I got myself a nice yellow rock. Look at that. So let's see if that's actually a core rock. We got a few, but they reflect off each other. It's not like they're all loaded. So one is brightest, and you notice it's this one down here, right? That's, or no, actually it's two. So I got this one and the other one. So notice how slow I'm going because I have the landing gear down and the cargo scoop down. But if I take the cargo scoop off and the landing gear off, I start to boost really fast. So I don't want to do that. I want to control my speed because there's different. These rocks, these circular rocks, are going to have platinum in them. So I definitely want to use the prospector a little bit to find out what they have. So this one has a something. Let's see what it has, because it's pretty bright. Right? So the brighter the better, right? The brighter the better. And this has some surface deposits. It doesn't have a core. Let's see, what does it have? It has Sumerian, but we want to limit. We don't want Sumerian. So if it mines Sumerian, we're going to add that to the ignore list. We want silver? Yeah, we want to ignore silver also. Add silver to the ignore list. So the rock itself has platinum 17%. So we want to mine it, right? We get close enough. So remember what I said? It's going that direction. So that's the side that we want to actually shoot on. So the actual rocks don't come and hit us, right? And we don't destroy the rocks with our volley repeater, because the rocks have the big money. You want the big money, right? Now there are elements like chromium, nickel, all that. Those are necessary for upgrading, so you don't want to put those on the ignore list, right? Okay, so asteroid is depleted. So we don't want to put these on the ignore, like rhenium, nickel, iron. We're not going to put those on the ignore list, but we're going to put presidium on the ignore list, right? What else do we have that we don't want? Right? We don't want presidium and we don't want gallite. Alright. So do we have any presidium in our inventory? Yeah, we do. So we want to get rid of that because we don't want to carry that. We want to actually carry platinum. Why is this there? I want to put that on the ignore list. Keeps on collecting it. So the canisters are all on the ignore list, right? Yes. And we want to empty out our refinery of presidium because we don't want the refinery to work on something we don't want, right? So the refinery is on the same list as the inventory, right? So we have this, and the refinery is right below it. And I only have 6 spots refinery. And my platinum is being loaded into this ship. Nice and easy. Easy peasy, right? So we saw another one over here, another bright looking rock. So we want to see where, there it is. Ooh, we got a few. We got this one and this one. And here's a trick. These will probably not have any core deposits. The ones that do is this one, straight ahead, the potato looking one. So that's shiny too, so we want to try that one out too. There's a lot here, man. That's nice. So I'm gonna go slower because the actual limpet will hit the side of the ship if I'm going too fast. So try to have a speed about 50 when you're shooting off a prospector limpet. Okay, this one has platinum and osmium. Good. These are things that are being bought by the community gold station, right? Okay, trick. I didn't actually do the community goal yet. I didn't get it. If you don't do the community goal first, you're not going to get credit for the community goal. You will get the money, and I'm going to get the community goal now, and then get the money for it. I should have done that at the station. You can do it remotely from any station, right? But you still can get the money for the platinum if you don't care about the community goal, right? So this one's going this way. So if I actually shoot ahead, it will destroy the actual rocks. So I'm going to shoot towards the side. So the rocks go to the side. Right? Nice graphics. Look at that. And they're shooting off to the side, and the mining volley repeater is not destroying the big chunks, right? So it takes a little bit of skill. Just aim for the side of the rock. Okay? So osmium we want, because osmium is sellable at the station where we're going to get the community gold, right? So this is a good place to mine, right? And our little troopers are actually doing a good job getting these rocks, right? Look at that. So I got the landing gear down. That's why it looks not so good. But we're gonna raise the landing gear. Maybe take a picture of what's being done here, right? That's beautiful. Look at that. All right. Very, very nice. Okay. Let's take a picture. Bam. And that could be a nice thumbnail for my for me, right? All right, we're back. So my limpets are doing a really good job collecting the big rocks, right? That's a nice picture, right? Look at that, it's gorgeous. And I got the sun to our backs, so it's a good place to mine, actually. Very good job. Now I want to make sure I don't have any unfavorables in my ship cargo, so I'm only looking for osmium, painite, or platinum, right? And I don't have anything that I don't want in my refinery, so that's a good thing. So I said to you that, so hopefully this asteroid might be a core, right? So we're going to get the last bit of cheddar from this thing here, and I'm not going to continue past this little section because you can do it on your own and have fun on your own, but I am going to go and get the community goal, so this way when I do come back, what I collect will count for the community goal. So this is pretty shiny. Look at that one and look at this one. That one's like more orangey. And this one's really nice too. So we'll go to this one first. Before I go to the potato looking one, we're going to go to the donut hole one. So the round ones usually have platinum in them, and that's why I usually go for the round ones instead of the bigger ones or the donut hole one, the potato looking ones. They usually have the platinum, and this one has, ooh, very nice. It has platinum and it has a core. It has core mining. Look at that, rhomblocyte. We hit the jackpot here. Okay, core mining. Okay, core mining. You have to shoot your seismic charges into asteroid fissures. Okay, so I got one ahead of me, a low strength one. Now the key to this, the higher you see there's three little lines in the middle of the targeting system, right? Middle is average charge. The top one is high charge. The low one is a low charge. The higher, if you shoot a high one in this one, you might not get the yield you want. So what usually I do is just do an average charge for this one. So I'm going to shoot off right there. And I got it going. So I want to find the fissures like this one. Right? It's a low one also. But now look, it's going down, so I gotta catch it right away. So I usually wait until it swings around. This one's a low strength one also. So we might not get a good yield out of this. And so I want to shoot it into the fissure. Okay. So I want to find another one. Here comes another one. And that one's an average strength. So I can actually raise the yield on this one. How high it's going to be. So I'm going to do like right there. And I just need one more relatively low yield and I will get what I want. You see the little lines that are clicking there? It'll tell you that when you see a check mark that you got enough to blow up this asteroid. So I want to get this one here. Average. Right there. And I got it. You see? You see the check mark on the top right hand corner? You want to be away about 1 kilometer away. It will blow up, and this is a very nice thing. So the rhombocytes are pretty expensive. You get some good money for this, right? But I wanted to prove the core. So I have this one here, a core deposit, and I did seismic. 13 seconds to go. It's a pretty sight.
Detonation in 10 seconds.
6, 5, 4, and there she goes. And I got some good chunks. Look at that. 13, right? But all my limpets died, so I'm gonna have to get new limpets, right? You just need about 10. You don't need a massive amounts. They're pretty fast. They go fast. So the more you do have, the better you can collect, right? Only thing is that I can't see anything because of the sun and the glare from the dust. So I'm probably gonna swing around a little bit so I can shoot my, and this is a very good point because I have the MVR. So I'm going to use the MVR, the mining volley repeater, to shoot off the rocks, right? So I'm going to get close enough. Okay. I'm going to try to get close enough, but without hitting the rock. And this is why you need a shield, because when you do this, you're going to hit rocks. And there you go. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. So they're going to be collected, and that's actually 1 ton. Right? Do you need to do this? If you want. It's extra gameplay, right? So I'm getting a lot of dust. I can't see anything because of the sun. So I want to maybe go this way. So this is not a very good ring for core mining. Right? So I'm trying not to bump into the actual asteroid field. So let's see, do we have any more? Yeah, we have one over there. And one over here. Okay, your limpets will hit the rocks and will hit the side of things, so they will expire, right? So just know that. But you have plenty of limpets, so it's not to worry. So we want rhombocyte. We do want rhombocyte. Rhombocyte will give us some good money. I don't know what the price is right now, but it's when you have a core asteroid and you have the mineral from the core asteroid, it's usually more expensive. You're not going to find that on the surface. Like monazite, rhombocyte, serendipite, these are not going to be found on the surface. So let's see. Well, we still got subsurface, platinum, osmium, and we have 1, 2, 3 rhombocyte locations. Let's see. Okay. Right. We got that one. So this acts like an abrasion blaster. That's why I said you don't need too much mining equipment on the ship. Just two. I just have two. The seismic charge launcher and the abrasion and the mining volley repeater. That's all I need. And I don't want any weapons. And if you actually upgrade the thrusters, you're gonna get even a higher boost for this ship. Okay? This is normally what the abrasion blaster would do. So this is kind of like spoiling you, because the abrasion blaster requires a little bit of targeting, and you have to do a little bit of work, right? So now we have one more. Everything else is subsurface, platinum and osmium. I'm never gonna do subsurface. I hate subsurface. I hate it worse than anything. So I'm not gonna do it. Now we have a target platinum hotspot. So let's see where the other potato looking one is. I think it's straight ahead. I think it's this one. Yep, it's this one. So notice how fast I'm going. Gotta slow down a little bit or the prospector's gonna slam against the hull. Okay. This should be a core mine also, because it's potato looking. If not, it's okay. Well, it's not. That's okay, but it has some platinum in it. And let's see, it does have some surface deposits or subsurface. Palladium we want to add to ignore list. Indite we want to add to ignore list. We're not mining for that. We're just mining for platinum and osmium, right? So let's do. This is rotating upwards. Right. So we want to shoot around here. That's mining volley. Asteroid depleted. Look at all those nice chunky chunks. Some good cheddar there. Though I've made videos that are kind of hateful and the rhetoric was angry towards FDev and this building of the ship, if you do have the cargo racks from the last community goal, you can go over 300. And if you're using your fleet carrier, you can store all that cargo, all that cheddar on the fleet carrier, and sell it at a station. Not necessarily for this goal, but if you're doing this community goal, you need to be gold. We don't want gold. We don't want gold. Why does it have gold? We definitely don't want gold. I'm gonna add that to the ignore list. We just want platinum and osmium, right? We don't want gold. So let's get rid of gold in our inventory, because we don't want it to actually do gold, right? Get rid of gold. If we had pirates, they would be in love with us right now. Alright. Why are we ignoring palladium, gold, all these? Because they're not necessary and they're not going to give us a good price. And for the community goal's sake, we just doing the platinum, osmium, and painite, right? So let's scan and see where the other one was. There was another one close by. That one, maybe. That one's not going to be anything. You'll just maybe have some surface deposits. And look at the dust from that. That's a nice... Here could be... That could be one, but the dust is gonna... The dust is probably masking what it can be. So let's go over here. There's another one. Right? This is a pretty good ring. Let me tell you. No, that's nothing. So it's shining off of something else. It's like reflecting. Something is reflecting. Let's see. And this is the reflection. Is this the reflection? Looks like it. That's a lot of dust. And the sun is shining right in the dust. That's a awesome picture, actually, I think. Let's see. Can I take a good picture of it? Who knows? Who knows? Look at that.
Prospector limpet engaged.
That's a good picture.
Asteroid
Yeah, that's a
scan.
very good picture. Look at that. Yeah. With the little limpets doing the circle of death. It's like, that's a nice picture too. We're gonna keep that one too. All right. So why am I taking pictures? I'm doing thumbnails. So let's see. Where's the damn limpet? Right there. And this one has 21 platinum. Has Indite Odium. But we want to mine the platinum. And this will be our last rock. And we're just going to go to the station and get the gold. And then go and sell the platinum for a very nice price. Right? I do like the mining volley repeater and the control limpet, the Mach 2 control limpet, universal control limpet. I really love it. It's fantastic tools. I wish they were not bound to the ship, but I can put it on any ship because I would outfit my Panther Clipper to use these tools. And I can actually make a very, very good ship using these two tools. A very good mining ship, right? All right, we're getting good. We're getting the platinum. We're getting the platinum, right? That's good. Now, I think we got about 21 million right now. So we got everything we need that we spend on this ship. For outfitting, we're gonna get back in just a few minutes that we mine this asteroid field. So Omicron, it's called Omicron Capricorn B, and it's planet B1 Ring A. So if you are going to mine, this is a very, very good ring. I actually enjoy it. I saved it because I was partnered up with Atlas Gaming, and I saved his bookmarks. So this is a very, very good system to mine in, right? So if I'm gonna scan again, pulse, and see what else is in the vicinity. Do I have anything else in the vicinity? Not really. That rock will have just surface deposits, right? We're looking for a deep, rich, yellow-orange color, right? But if I don't find one, do I keep? What am I gonna actually do? Round donut holes, right? We're gonna do this one. Not that one over there. Might be something, but it might be reflecting off of something. So this one, right? This one might have something. Round donut holes usually have platinum in it, right? And it has platinum. So I'm gonna do to the side here. I'm gonna actually mine and volley the side. Alright, I'm doing the side, and it's shooting off to the side. It's not coming towards me, so I'm not going to get attacked by these rocks. And the mining volley repeater is not destroying the rocks as they're coming off the asteroid. Okay? So, and look how close I am. So normally I should get my ass kicked by those rocks. When I did it the first time, I got hit by one of the rocks, and I had military-grade composite armor on. I didn't have a shield, and I took 9 points of damage. So it knocked off, one rock knocked off 9% of my armor, of my hull. So you want to be careful with those rocks, even when you're flying close to them. So, so let's see where we have to go for the community goal, right? So the community goal, I didn't take it, so that means all that cheddar doesn't count for community goal. So let's toggle everybody. Okay, community goal is here. Let's see, where is it? It's not that far away. But I want to put regular map mode so I can get the actual system. So I press this button, realistic mode, and this is Andir. This is where the community goal is. It's 175 light years away. Okay, so I want to go there to drop off the platinum because that's where I'm going to get the best location. Now, I don't have a fuel scoop, but this does have some pretty good range. And remember I said on the way you should be able to find stations that you can fuel at, right? Okay, so let's do one more before we leave. Let's do one more rock, and it looked like a good rock. I don't see any good rocks. Maybe this one? It looked like a good rock. No, it's not a very good rock. And that one's too small. It has to look like a potato. That one looked like a potato, but it's not bright enough. Okay, so let's get going. We're gonna come back here and mine constantly, so we don't need to stay right now, right? So I'm gonna put all my pips into engine, right? Press the up arrow key and system. I'm not fighting, so I don't need weapons anymore, right? But I'm gonna dump my limpets because why? Well, you don't want to have all that weight, right? So now I'm gonna reset the reset my and see how long it's going to take. Set 13 before, but now we have less weight. Should be actually less as jump range. So 175, 10 jumps. So before it was 13, now it's 10. So I got rid of the limpets. It's now 10. So we're going to go there. You should have been gone there first, or you can do the community goal remotely. What that means is that you just go to any station, go to mission board, and press the community goal, and you can add yourself to the goal, right? And you want to do it because if you just drop off some things, you will get some good money for it, and you just spent 25 million on outfitting the ship, so you want to get your money back, right? All right. Now you might ask yourself, well, why did you do that? I want to get out of the gravity well of the sun, and so by doing that, I can actually charge up faster, so relatively faster. So I might stop at a station once I get down to about 25% fuel to fuel up the ship, right? And I can even get the community gold there, right? This is a non-scoopable. This is why you want to have a fuel scoop whenever going distances. But for argument's sake, FDev did not think it in their minds to just leave the fighter bay as is and just put a 5 there so we can have a fuel scoop. It would have been nice to have a fuel scoop on the ship, but that's okay. There are plenty of systems that have outposts, and you can land on the outpost and fuel there if you run out of fuel. And I probably will run out of fuel before we get there. Let's see. I still got 7 jumps. right? Does this have any stations? Probably not. There is a fleet carrier, but we're gonna keep going. Maybe the next one will have a good station. Jerome Archer. So these guys, when it's marked red, that means that they're your enemy. So you probably will get attacked by power play aligned ships. If they spot you, they scan you. So you have pirates to fend off, and you got those guys to fend off. So hopefully you can run away fast enough, and they won't catch you. So all these modules I put on here have no engineering, right? Okay. Maybe I'll fuel in the next one. That's also a Jerome Archer. It's a Federation system. I've already jumped 4. So this is the fifth one, I think? This is the fifth one, right? When you engineer your modules, you'll get better performance out of them. And this is a neutron star, lucky us, but we want to find a station where we can fuel our things, and that's about 1200 light years away, 1200 light seconds away, but it's on the other side. So you got to be careful. You see the yellow ring? You want to go around that. You don't want to go within the inner zone of that yellow ring, because you will be in the gravity well of the neutron star and you're going to get whacked. You're going to come out of cruise and you're going to overheat. So we want to go to this station and fuel up and then keep going. So we have 5 more jumps to go. The fuel we get here should be enough to get us there. Notice it says on the right, lower right hand corner, says hostile. So this area is hostile for us. So power play aligned ships, vessels, might attack you. They'll scan you and they say, oh, you're Grom, we're going to attack you. Okay, so be warned. That's why I said you need good thrusters to get away from things like that, right? I don't want to fight. I want to run away. I don't have a fighting ship. I have a mining ship. A mining ship is not a fighting ship, FDev. A mining ship is not a fighting ship. It's a mining ship, and you made an exclusive mining ship. You should have stuck with just mining. No hangar bay. I don't know why they put a hangar bay. I'm perplexed. The logic is, I just don't see it. Okay, so we're at McKee Ring. We're going to get some fuel. Remember, you don't have automatic landing, right? But we're going to land the ship manually, right? Like we did before. We didn't do a very good landing job before, but let's see if we can do a good one now. Alright. So remember I said to you, look for the red lights, right? Where are the red lights? They're over here. So where's the actual mail slot? On the other side of the red lights. Right? So what we want to do before we go in is align ourselves with the keyhole there, with the mail slot, right? So what you can do if you're a new player is first get aligned with the mail slot and then go in, right? Like I'm doing right now. So I'm pretty even with the mail slot, right? I'm going sideways, right? So now I'm aligned with the mail slot. So if you're landing on your own, so now I'm gonna ask them to let me in. Request docking. So they're letting me dock. Pad 35. So I'm now, I can go straight into the mail slot. Right, I want to go slow. The speed limit is 100. Just remember that. They might get pissed off at you and shoot you down if you're going too fast. Okay. She is a pretty little fast ship. She's medium sized, so she's going to be fast. It's not a big hauler. Okay, so we want to go to 35, which is right here. Right? It was right at the end, at the edge of the hangar bay. And we want to lower our landing gears by pressing L. Okay, now we're going to go down. And we're right on top of it, right? Almost. Okay, we've landed. So we can do some repairs and get some fuel, right? Right, we're gonna restock because I guess the mining, I did the seismic charge launcher, so that's gonna cost. So now I'm gonna launch. They turn me around, right? So I can get out of the mail slot. And don't forget, you're at the edge here, so we're gonna go up. Okay, be careful, the guy's coming out now. I gotta turn her around a little bit to match the green. You see the green to the right there, right? Raise landing gear. Go out the mail slot. Very easy. Oh, there was traffic coming in, so we didn't see that one. Okay, so now we gotta keep going. Navigation says we're going to that area. Alright, so let's make sure that we're locked in. So we go to the map, we press the place we want to go, we lock in, and now we go. Right? So we should have enough fuel to get to our destination. Now I'm going to the Andir because where the community goal is, because there I can sell my cheddar, my ore, for the highest price, right? And so I want to get paid for my service. Now that's not going to be available after the community goal, but you can do, what you can do is go to Inara.cz and search for and look at the commodities list and the best place to sell your commodity, and it'll have pricing throughout the galaxy. And it usually sells for 230 to 250, 250,000 tons per ton. I mean 250,000 credits per ton. So you'll find stations that sell that. Okay, so you want to go to those stations. So far so good. We haven't gotten interdicted, right? Power play aligned vessels have left us alone, right? So far so good. We have 3 jumps left, and we have enough fuel to get us there. That's a good thing. So because of colonization, you're going to have stations everywhere. So is it necessary to have a fuel scoop? It's going to take you out of your way for a few minutes, but it's not necessary. And if you have an auto dock, maybe you don't want the super cruise, you want auto dock. That's okay too. Okay, maybe you don't know how to dock. Don't have the super cruise. I like the super cruise and the auto dock on all my ships. It's a must have. I really gotta have it. But this ship not having so much space, I had to get rid of something to add the refinery and the detailed surface scanner. Okay, you need the DSS. Okay. So we're gonna go there. A lot of the videos you're gonna watch, most people don't realize that you are just a brand new person and you don't have any engineering and you don't have much money. So that is why I made this video for you, so you can learn what to do. So the first point is align yourself with a power play. Grom is my recommendation for a brand new player. Overall, it's a Swiss Army knife of power plays. So you get bonuses in almost everything. Secondly, do every community goal you can and do power plays so you can get ingredients to upgrade your ship and to upgrade your suit. And then thirdly, do quests that give you lots of money. If you do exobiology from the get-go, you're going to make a lot of money. A lot of money. And all it takes is maybe 5 scans of 5 plants. So you go on a planet, you scan a few plants, and then you go back and turn it into the genome, whatever, the place you turn in the exobiology. I'm losing my voice here. And so you're going to make a lot of money doing that. Mining is great. You make a lot of money in mining also, but the best money maker is actually exobiology. And I don't have a video for that. Not yet. I will make one with a basic suit and we'll do some exobiology. Okay? Even with this guy's a brand new tune, so maybe we'll do it on this one. I want to get out of the gravity well and just go a little faster. And this is the system that I want to go to. It's called Andir, and the station is Malsberg. This is where I will get my community goal, but I should have gotten the community goal before I started mining. Then you will get the credit for the community goal. Maybe I'm wrong, but let's see what happens. I'm wrong a lot of the times, but making mistakes, you learn how to play this game by making a mistake. It's okay. So notice I had no guns, right? I didn't have a fighter or fighter bay, and basically I got to where I needed to without a scratch on me, without having to be interdicted in doing anything. Now you do need 2 things. You need to do engineering, so you got to focus a little bit on engineering. You will get some invitations for engineering. You need your frame shift drive to be upgraded so you can get better range, and you need your thrusters to be upgraded so you can be faster. Speed is crucial. If you're playing solo, the only pilots that are going to interdict you are NPCs. But if you're playing an open, you're going to have other players who are going to interdict you, and they're going to have fully engineered ships, and they will catch up to you, even though you're going pretty fast. Even if you're boosting to 500. So this is the station. Right, so let's do what we did before. We're gonna align ourselves with the mail slot. Right, this time I'm pretty close to the mail slot. She's spinning. I'm going a different direction than she's spinning. So okay, so I wanna request for 2-3, and hopefully that's not in the beginning. Careful going through the slot. You don't want to go too fast. They're gonna blow you. If you get stuck, they're gonna blow you out of the sky. Where's 2-3? There's 2-1. Please don't tell me they put me in the front. Where's 2-3? Does it say 2-1 or 2-3? Oh, there's 2-3 right there. Okay, lower the landing gear. Press L to lower the landing gear, and we're here. Okay. Now I usually fly with assisted landing, and then because I get bored, so I don't want to land. So let's see. We're gonna get the community goal, but I doubt that you'll get credit for it. You have to have the community goal first to get credit for any mining you do thereafter. So mission board, community goal. All right, and we want to press that, and we're gonna sign up. Okay, so let's see. They already hit tier 1, so if we could make some pretty good money, right? And if we just hit the D, level D, top 100, we get our money back for the upgrades we did, right? So now we're going to sell the things we mined. You don't need to do that first. You don't even need the community goal to sell the stuff. So they will give you full price, 333,000 for the platinum. So that's 36 million. So we spent 25. We got 36 for just about less than 40 minutes of work. And we made a profit of 11 million, right? In osmium, right? Okay, so let's see if that mattered for the community goal. I'm sure it didn't. Oh, go back, I pressed the wrong button. I'm sure it didn't. Let's see. Oh, it did. 114. So I'm already top 100. Okay, so notice I got 30 million if I stay there, right? So now, okay, so that's a good point. You can get your community goal after the fact as long as you come to the station and you sell it after you got the community goal. So I got credit for it. So overall, our profit was 11 million on the ore. We got another 30 million for the community goal. We spent 25, but we made 40. We made another 40 on top of that. So our cost basis is 25. We made 40 million over that. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Another 100 and something million, and I can get myself another ship. So that's the end of my tutorial. I hope you guys had a good show. Do the community goal. Help us to get extra percentage for mining and to get better yield. If you're a brand new player, welcome to the game. I do have a squadron. The call sign is DRKK. The squadron is called DRAK, DRAC, which stands for Division for Reconnaissance, Assault, and Kills. And drag is the old world Carpathian word for dragon, and our emblem is dragon. So look for us, sign up to our squadron, and 07, welcome to the game.